Now let's talk about the details of the performance program. So when it comes to athletic performance, for any sport or for performance in the gym, at a fundamental level, you need to have enough calories to support what it is you're trying to do. So with, if with a lean out protocol, you need to have fewer calories. With a performance protocol, you need to have at least enough calories. And, we want to make sure that you're doing this in the right way. So, if you've ever used something like MyFitnessPal, in my opinion, their estimations for calories are generally grossly inaccurate. I've seen a couple where they're not, depends on the person, but generally they're grossly inaccurate compared to using something like an in-body scan paired with activity levels. That's far more accurate. So the first thing we're going to try to do is calculate an accurate value for your calories based on your activity levels. So I'll give you an example. Let's say someone's basal metabolic rate. Let's say we have a 200-pound adult male comes in, they do their in-body scan and their lean body mass, their basal metabolic rate, let's say, is about 2,000 calories. That's the base level of calories that they need to, just get things done. Well, if they're working out 3 to 4 times a week and they're just trying to get better in the gym and maybe they're powerlifting a little bit, well, then we're going to multiply that 2,000 calories times, roughly 1.55. So that would yield 3,000 calories. Contrast that with someone who has a 2,000 calorie metabolic rate, basal metabolic rate, who wants to work out twice a day, who's trying to go to the CrossFit Games. Well, then you multiply that times roughly 2, and then you get 4,000 calories. So it's really important to accurately calculate those calories for someone's performance needs. We're also going to try to do it in such a way that you are maintaining health. So there are lots of different ways that people try to improve performance. There's the Go Mad diet, gallon of milk a day. There's people who on football teams who eat, large pizzas. Not going to deny that that's delicious, of course, but we're going to try to do it in such a way that it's based on real whole food. Now, that doesn't mean we won't add to the real whole food. It's not just going to be Whole30 or Paleo, let's say. Maybe you have some whey protein shakes. Maybe you have some rice. Maybe you have some things in there, but we're going to try to avoid the stuffing down Wonder Bread and pizza approach, because ultimately that's going to lead to more fat gain and less performance. And then we're going to get proper macros. This is important for all three of these things, the lean out, perform, and gain muscle strength side of things, but it's especially important for performance. If you are someone who is a CrossFit athlete, generally speaking, for the overwhelming majority of people who are CrossFit athletes, you're going to need adequate carbohydrates, typically a higher amount of carbohydrates than someone who is powerlifting, just doing squatting, benching, and deadlifting, and Olympic lifting. So we want to make sure that we tailor things appropriately. For a powerlifter and Olympic lifter, maybe we do decent amount of protein, lower carb, and then high fat or higher fat. If we are talking about someone who is a CrossFit Games competitor, we certainly want to make sure we get plenty of protein, but maybe we go way higher carb and lower fat. So it just depends on what it is they're trying to do. And then, most importantly, performance is all tailored to your goals. There's no such thing as performance in the abstract. It's performance relative to what you want to do. So this is tailored to your sport and your gym goals. Want to get a strict pull-up? We'll tailor it to that. Want to run a quicker 40-meter dash? We'll tailor it to that. Want to squat 600 pounds? We'll tailor it to that. Want to run some Spartan races or perform better at volleyball or football or rugby? We'll tailor it to that. So all of those different things have some fundamentals in common: adequate protein consumption, getting enough calories, but the details are going to be different depending on what sport it is you're trying to get better at. So it's really important that this is tailored to your sport/gym goals, which we will make sure to do. So again, on performance, we want to make sure we're eating enough calories. We want to make sure that we're doing this performance right. We're calculating the adequate calories not just based on some random offhand calculation from the internet, but based on your individual in-body scan and your particular sport. We're doing it in such a way that maintains your health, that makes sure that you are, eating vegetables and, quality protein and healthy fats, not just stuffing your face with pizza and a gallon of milk a day. And we're making sure that we get the proper macros for your sport and that everything in general is tailored to your sport and performance goals. So whereas with lean out and bulking, we might ultimately look to the in-body scan to see how you're doing, and we'll still do that with performance. With performance, the ultimate question is, how are your numbers in the gym going up? That's really what we care about. We care about the in-body scan, but we care a lot more about how are your performance metrics going up. So that's what we're going to focus on. All right, so those are the details for performance. Let's finish out